Back here at the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament as we move to the girls' side now, as Oxford takes on Jacksonville in our second girls' game of the night. And welcome you back in with John Holder. I'm Chase Robinson. We'll be taking you through this game as well. And John, Jacksonville and Oxford, two really dominant girls programs in this county.
Yeah, the thing that really stands out to me about the bracket is the girls coaches in the county, when they met and seeded these teams, they knew exactly what they were doing, because the seeding has turned out exactly the way that the coaches had it. The top four teams, top four in the quarterfinals. We had Anniston at 1, Piedmont at 4, and then we had Jacksonville at 2, Oxford at 3, and that's exactly the way it's turned out. Anniston beat Piedmont earlier. They'll play for the county championship on Monday, awaiting the winner of this 2 versus 3 game between Oxford and Jacksonville. So, hey, the girls coaches knew exactly what they were doing. Now, I know Oxford wants to have something to say about that as they'll try to knock off number 2 seed Jacksonville.
Jacksonville has been in the championship game so many times over the last decade or so, and they're trying to get themselves back there this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be a very competitive game here. Again, 4A Jacksonville versus 6A Oxford. So it's not a matchup that we see particularly. That's one of the things we see in the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament. We get to see some of the matchups that we don't typically get to see during the regular season. So it looks like it's going to be a fantastic game between Jacksonville and Oxford girls. Looking forward to it here in the quarterfinals, or I should say the semifinals, as we get ready to head to the championship on Monday. The Anniston Bulldogs waiting on one of these two teams right here.
It's going to be a fun one as we take a look now at the starting lineups for both teams as we near tip-off. For the Oxford Yellow Jackets, it's Anna Bolton, Michaela Kidd, Ashley Jackson, Tramiria Britt, Justice Smith. Those are the Lady Yellow Jackets. And for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Kyra Williams, Essex Hutchinson, Kayla Broom, Elizabeth Poe, and Brianna Stone, the starting 5 there for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. And we are ready to tip this one off. And it will be Justice Smith tipping it off against let's see, number 12. That is Brianna Stone for Jacksonville. And Kyra Williams, she's the star of the Lady Golden Eagles team for Jacksonville. Up top is Hutchinson, over to Broom. Back in their corner, shot on the way from Williams off the mark. And Broom gets the rebound. Hutchinson, back to Williams. Cross court, this time to Broom. She thinks about a 3. She drives it instead. Kicks it outside. 3 on the way. No good from Williams. And there's a foul whistled against Kayla Broom for Jacksonville.
Yeah, they want Williams shooting the basketball. She had 32 in the quarterfinals last night. It was her show, the Kyra Williams show last night for the Jacksonville Lady Golden Eagles.
Oxford. Anna Bolton has it across half court. Hands it back to Michaela Kidd. Kidd inside to Smith. She goes up, nothing. Gets her rebound, and the putback is good that time. Justice Smith gets the first points of the ball game. The Yellow Jackets take a 2-0 lead.
Smith doing a fantastic job rebounding inside. Rebounding is want to, and she had a lot of want to that time. Missed the first shot, got her own rebound, and put it back up and in.
Broom's 3 off the back of the iron. Ball loose. Jacksonville gets it. Stone underneath. Shot no good. Rebound, and the putback is no good from Williams, but she's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
Kyra Williams has her first opportunity to score here. After scoring 32 in the quarterfinals, she'll be at the line here to shoot 2 for Jacksonville.
Ashley Jackson will pick up the foul for Oxford. And the first one is nothing but net for Williams.
I want to remind you, TV24's live coverage of the 2018 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament brought to you by RMC Orthopedic and Joint Center.
Second no good. And Williams will just take it right back up top. To Hutchinson, to Stone, back out to Williams. Thinks about a three, takes a few steps in, dribbles it back out. Michaela Kidd picks it off, takes off the other way for Oxford. She lays it up, but no good. Gets her own rebound, put back, no good. Ball bouncing around, goes out, and it's going to go with Oxford.
Last touch by Jacksonville. Just sometimes you're just too wide open. And that may have been the case that time from Michaela Kidd. Had a wide open, easy layup. Missed the layup, got the rebound, missed another easy shot, but they'll get another opportunity. The ball goes off of Jacksonville.
Bolton gets it into Smith, and she is fouled on the way up. So Justice Smith will go to the line for two.
Oxford has come out very aggressive in this game. I think the level of aggressiveness has been certainly on the Oxford side here in this first 2 minutes of the game.
And first, no good. One more up ahead. Oxford with a 2-1 lead.
Oxford will bring Akira Robinson in for Anna Bolton.
And the second is good. Williams will bring it up for Jacksonville. To Broom. She drives in, pulls it back out. Back goes Broom. She loses it. As Britt gets it up the floor now for Oxford. To Kidd. To Smith, down low to Jackson. Her shot is up and good.
Britt with a nice steal into Jackson on the inside. Right now, Oxford dominating. They lead it 5-1.
Hutchinson to Broom. Back to Hutchinson. To Broom. She drives in this time. Gets it down low to Stone, but stolen away by Oxford. Kidd throws the long ball. It's going to go out off Jacksonville, so it will be the Lady Yellow Jackets ball under their own basket.
Because of the aggressiveness of Oxford's defense, they just really haven't allowed Jacksonville to set up and run their offense at all. They've really not had many looks at the basket.
Shot up and no good from Britt. And Broom takes it up floor for Jacksonville. She lays it up and in.
Broom going coast to coast again. She took the ball and went from one baseline to the other baseline uncontested and laid it up and in.
Williams has it now. She looks to go coast to coast. She misses her shot. Broom's there for the rebound, and she will go to the line for two. Chance to cut into this 5-3 Oxford lead.
Williams and Broom dominating, running the floor now for Jacksonville. We see a replay there. Nice rebound by Broom. Puts it up and fouled inside. Could have gone against a couple of the Lady Yellow Jackets.
First free throw for Broom is no good. Anna Bolton and Maria Lindsay will check into the game.
A lot of substitutions early here for Oxford.
Kayla Broom hits the second one. 5-4 Oxford lead here. 4:45 left in the opening quarter. Bolton has it across court. She drives in, gets it to Robinson. Her shot no good. A rebound and put back for Smith is good. Her 5th point of the day makes it 7-4 Oxford.
Justice Smith dominating on the inside. Virtually getting every rebound inside for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Broom to Williams. 3 from the corner. No good. The rebound and the putback is good for Elizabeth Poe. Oxford trying to get it across half court. They do. Robinson drives. Bucket no good, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Winds up on the deck. Will be at the line to shoot 2 now. The Lady Yellow Jackets.
Brianna Stone picks up that foul for Jacksonville, and Oxford leads it 7-6 here in this girls semifinal. We'll be right back with more of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
I got back my smack talk touchdown, hole-in-one, three-point home run, hat-trick pavement pounding, record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up. And I certainly didn't give in. I'm going to get back to doing what I love. I'm going to get back to winning.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Halfway through the first quarter, Oxford leads at 7-6 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles here on the girls' side. John Holder, I'm Chase Robinson, courtside here with you. And Akira Robinson is at the free throw line for the Yellow Jackets. First one is no good. The number 2 seed in Jacksonville, number 3 seed in Oxford on the floor. One more is no good. Stays 7-6.
Robinson leaves both of those short, almost identical instant replays off the front of the rim.
And Poe throws it back out. Broom has it at the top now for Jacksonville. She takes a few steps in, gets it back out to Hutchinson and back to Broom. Jacksonville also patient with the basketball. We saw that in the last boys game. Hutchinson fires up the 3, no good. Maria Lindsay gets the rebound there for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Big thing you see with both of these teams is Oxford has a decided size advantage on the inside. Big difference in size on the inside. A lot of height on the inside for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Kidd up top. And Kyra Williams steals it, and Robinson's going to pick up a holding foul there for the Lady Jackets.
Oxford's done a good job on Kyra Williams. As we said, 32 in the quarterfinals, but only a point tonight from the free throw line.
Williams is going to get it across over to Hutchinson. And Kidd gets the steal for Oxford. Gets it to Bolton. Bolton drives in, and she will get it back out to Lindsay, and back out to Kidd. 2:40 left here in the first quarter, and a 1-point lead for Oxford. Robinson to Bolton. And Bolton back to Kidd. Kidd finds a hole, drives in, ball loose. Kidd gets it back, goes up for 2.
A lot of action going on that time. Somehow we were hidden from the view of Kidd. Couldn't even find her, but she put the shot up out of nowhere, kind of a blind shot, and banked it up and in. And Oxford about to make 3 more substitutions with 3 players that have yet to see action. So a deep bench for the Lady Yellow Jackets of Oxford.
Williams has it up top. Over to Hutchinson. She fires up the 3. It's no good. And ball will go out. It'll be Oxford's ball. Oxford not afraid to go out and get in the passing lane.
2 Oxford players that time knocked it out of bounds, but was hit at the last moment by a Jacksonville player. Jacksonville now looks like going to see a 1-2-2 3-quarter court press here. Trying to create some turnovers. They do.
Broom gets it back. She pulls up, jumper, no good. And the rebound there is up and no good from Patience Carr. Bolton will dribble it up for Oxford, and Williams will commit the foul.
Bolton, nice job of getting the ball up the floor. And drew the foul from Williams.
Kayla Harmon will inbound for Oxford. And gets it into Britt. Britt to Harmon. Ashley Jackson working hard down low to get open on Elizabeth Poe. Britt drives in. Foul called against Poe.
Poe had her hands straight up in the air. She's a little frustrated because she did her job, but the problem was the contact was initiated, and you'll see right here, had her hands straight up, but the body was where the foul was. We'll see Oxford again at the free throw line to shoot 2.
And the first one is good for Tremeria Britt, her first points in the game.
Tremeria Britt is kind of like Kyra Williams. Britt had 19 in the quarterfinals. They need to get her untracked. That's her 4th point of the game. Make that 2 now. Late here in quarter number 1.
Williams will work it up for Jacksonville. Over to Carr. And back to Lindsay. And Carr will get dribbled with a double dribble. And called with a double dribble there. So then I give the Lady Jackets the ball. Minute left here in the first quarter and a 11-6 lead for Oxford.
Got a good defensive pressure by Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets on these guards of Jacksonville. Really making it difficult for Jacksonville getting their offense and really get any shots off.
Bolton up top. She's going to drive in, gets it to Harmon. Back to Bolton. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Bolton backing it out now. I think with a 5-point lead, Oxford will be content to run this thing down for a final shot here at the quarter break.
Harmon hands it to Britt. Britt drives in, floater up, no good. Bolton with the rebound. She drives in, looks back out to Harmon. Harmon drives in this time, and Carr rips it out of her hands, but not before they call a jump ball.
Possession arrow is in favor of Oxford, so it goes right back to the Lady Yellow Jackets with 17.2 to go.
Ashley Jackson will go have a seat.
And already Oxford has played about 9 or 10 players so far in this first quarter. A much deeper bench for Oxford than Jacksonville.
Underneath, count the bucket for Kaylin Hendricks. And she'll go to the line for an extra shot. There you see the replay on the inbound. She goes up, gets fouled. Chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Oxford starting to take control of this game here late quarter number 1 as that ball bounces all around the rim and then falls in. Oxford with their largest lead of the game now at 8, 14-6.
15 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Broom, sense of urgency, quickly gets it up the floor. Over to Hutchinson, back to Broom. 8 seconds left to Hutchinson. 3 on the way, good. 14-9 as time expires. Oxford with the lead at the end of the first quarter. There you see Hutchinson getting the 3 ball there to fall for the first time tonight. But Oxford leads at 14-9. We'll be back with quarter number 2. It's Calhoun County basketball tournament action live on TV 24.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
I'll just be a minute.
What you just did with that clutch was so clutch. Just like when you ditched your old credit card and got the America's First credit card with a low interest rate and cash back on purchases.
Here at the Calhoun County basketball tournament, there's Dr. Tony Bolton up in the stands checking out his daughter. She's a senior, Anna Bolton, there for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. And no points on the board, but she's done a good job of running the offense there for Oxford.
Dr. Bolton, a very active member of the sports community here. School board member, City of Oxford Board of Education, also a member of the Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame Board of Directors as well.
As we begin the second quarter, Oxford up 14-9. John Holder, Chase Robinson with you as Broom drives in and picks up a bucket for Jacksonville.
Big basket by Kayla Broom and a nice drive to the basket to bring Oxford, or I should say Jacksonville, back to within 3.
Williams goes for the steal on Britt, but she keeps it for the Lady Jackets. And back out to Michaela Kidd. Kidd drives in and a foul called. Michaela Kidd goes to the line for 2.
Kidd, a good penetrator, does a great job of not only penetrating inside, but then making that contact, drawing those fouls on the inside. And she's back at the free throw line to shoot some more.
Shot up and no good. The first one for Kidd. Maddie Hall picked up her first foul for Jacksonville. And the second is good for Michaela Kidd. 15-11 lead for Oxford. Hutchinson to Broom. Back to Hutchinson. Back to Broom. She drives, gets it down low to Brianna Stone, but stolen away by Smith. And Jackson will keep it under their basket.
Stolen, then she lost control of it. Goes into the baseline there, so remains with Jacksonville, who has had a tough time. Points have been at a premium for the Golden Eagles, but that's an easy inbounds play as they go into Kyra Williams and find her for her first basket of the game.
15-13. Jacksonville cuts it to a 2-point game, and a timeout called by the Oxford Yellow Jackets. 6:51 left here in the half.
Oxford takes a timeout. They were in command of this game at one point in time, had a 7-point lead, just been dwindled down to 2 now at 15-13. I want to remind you, TV24's live coverage of the 2018 Calhoun County Basketball Tournament brought to you by America's First Federal Credit Union. Chase Robinson, this has been kind of into the quarter number 2 now. It still kind of feels like Oxford and Jacksonville kind of filling each other out still.
Absolutely. And of course, like we said, Oxford at one time had the 6-point lead, and they have dwindled it back down as we look at Melissa Bennett in her second season as the head coach of the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets.
Coach Bennett, you see that aggressiveness by Jacksonville. Teams portray the personality of their coach. Just watching her on the sideline, she's an aggressive coach. She's down on the floor, pounding the floor, squatting, always into the game. Very energetic over there on the sidelines for Oxford.
The rebound and put back there for Ashley Jackson is good for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Jackson with an impressive rebound. Just came over the top, snatched the ball away, put it back up and in. Huge basket on the inside, timely basket for Ashley Jackson at Oxford.
Williams drives in, down low to Stone. She goes up and picks up 2 points. Her first points of the game there for Brianna Stone.
Nice penetration and a dish to the wide open player on the baseline, and Stone makes it count.
Robinson gets it across. Ashley Jackson wide open underneath for the Jackets. She wanted the ball, but they'll keep it outside.
Good pressure by Jacksonville to not allow her teammates to see her standing wide open under the basket.
Britt drives in, throws it down low. It goes out. It'll be the Eagles' ball.
Throws it out of bounds, and Jacksonville now with a chance to tie this thing up, down by 2.
Anna Bolton checks back into the game, as well as Maria Bird.
Coach Bennett getting Bolton, and Bolton is a good ball handler. Getting her back in the game, no doubt, for her ball handling skills.
Hutchinson and Broom up top. Broom's going to take a few steps in, get it back to Hutchinson. 3 on the way, no good. Broom with a rebound. The putback bounces around, and it's no good. Bolton gets the rebound, but Broom's going to fight for it. Smith gets it. Back to Kidd, and they cross half court. Kidd to Bolton. Jumper on the way. No good. Justice Smith will put it back up and no good. And Jacksonville has it.
Jacksonville still trying to get Kyra Williams untracked offensively. We're almost at the halfway point of quarter number 2. She had 32 in the quarterfinals, only 3 here tonight at the Coliseum.
Broom to Hutchinson. And she saves it from going out. Keeps her dribble.
Hutchinson with a nice job dribbling the basketball. Wow. Went to her knees at one time to keep that ball alive.
Williams straight from the corner, no good. Oxford has it. Ashley Jackson drives in. Her shot no good. Justice Smith went for the rebound. Jacksonville has it. Kidd went for the steal, but Hutchinson drives in. Back to Williams. Williams finds a hole and picks up 2 points.
That's what they need. Kyra Williams, just a little garbage basket there. Looked around, no one was there, so she decides to just lay it up and in. And we are tied at 17.
Smith underneath. Shot no good. Gets a rebound, and the putback is good to take a 2-point lead.
Smith just tenacious on the board. No quit attitude. You can just see that. And most of her baskets have come on second and third attempts after getting 2 or 3 rebounds, just like that basket right there for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Williams to Broom. To Hutchinson. 3 on the way. No good.
Hutchinson only 1 out of 5 from three-point land. She is not shy about putting it up. That was her weakest effort by far.
19-17. Oxford leads it over the Lady Golden Eagles of Jacksonville. We'll be back with more second quarter action of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament on TV 24.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Lynn Costner Auto Sales is celebrating their 20-year anniversary and says thank you, Northeast Alabama, for 20 years of great customers and community support. Over the past 20 years, Lynn Costner Auto Sales has established itself as one of the premier used vehicle dealers in the area. They take pride in doing business the right way and in taking care of their customers before and after the sale. Lynn Costner Auto Sales has a large selection of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. When you get ready to buy your next vehicle, stop by in person or visit the website at lyncostnerautosales.com.
Here you see Coach Trace Bouzon in his 3rd season as the head coach of the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Girls squad here, they're down by 2. 3:34 left in half number 1. They have the basketball. Brianna Stone to inbound. Gets it into Broom. She puts it up to tie this game up.
Broom now with 7 points in the game. Nice shot, just took it at its highest point and put it right back in the basket on the inbounds.
Shermaria Britt drives in. Ashley Jackson with a rebound, and Oxford takes the lead once again. Jackson with 6 points on the day.
Ashley Jackson had some big baskets inside, some big rebounds for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Broom. She's going to drive in, goes baseline, gets it to Patience Carr, and she picks up her first points of the game.
First points of the game for Patience Carr. Again, nice penetration. The pass off the penetrations, what's opening up these shot opportunities for Jacksonville.
Bolton to Britt, back to Bolton. To Robinson, to Britt. She fires up the 3 on the move, and it's no good. Robinson with a rebound, back to Britt, another 3. No good. Stone with a rebound.
Britt 19 in the quarterfinals, just trying to find that rhythm, just trying to find that shot. Put up a couple of shots in a row there. A little frustrated, I think, just not being able to find the basket tonight.
Carr over to Broom. Back to Carr. Back to Broom. She drives, kicks it to Williams. Williams to Broom. 3 on the way. No good. And Britt gets it for the Yellow Jackets. She takes off. She drives in, goes up nothing. Rebound, and the putback is good from Hendricks, and the Yellow Jackets take a 2-point lead.
Hendricks now with 5 points in the game, and Oxford just refuses to relinquish that lead. It's been tied a couple of times, but for the most part, Oxford has led for the balance of this first half.
Carr to Williams. And Britt gets the steal for Oxford. She takes off, but not before Williams steals it back. Down to Carr, to Stone. Ball on the floor. It's going to stay with Jacksonville.
Unselfish play that time. Jacksonville on the interior pass that time. Patience Carr probably should have shot the basketball. Trying to be unselfish that time, but ball goes out of bounds. It will remain with Jacksonville.
Stone to inbound. Into Hutchinson. Hutchinson drives back to Broom.
Hutchinson in a lot of trouble, trapped over in the corner.
This is an aggressive Oxford defense, but Elizabeth Poe finds a way to get 2 points and ties it up at 23 under a minute to go in the half.
Huge basket by Poe.
Justice Smith answers on the other end for Oxford. Takes the lead back.
Again, good defense by Elizabeth Poe inside, but Justice Smith was just a great shot inside, and she's got 9 points in the game, leads all scores.
Broom back to Hutchinson. Back to Broom. Into Williams this time. Ball loose. Jacksonville gets it back. Hutchinson jumper, no good. Poe saves it. Oxford gets it. Robinson works it up, but a foul called. And that will be against Williams.
That's 18 fouls whistled against Jacksonville. Only 3 team fouls in this half against Oxford. That means we'll walk to the other end, and Oxford going to shoot some free throws here with 25.6 to go into the half.
So the 1-1 for the Yellow Jackets. And the front end, no good. .20 seconds left. Broom gets it across. They'll toss it around. Williams with the ball in her hand. Across to Broom. 3 on the way. No good. Stone with a rebound and a foul called against the Oxford Yellow Jackets, with Amelia Lindsay picking up that foul.
Only the 4th team foul whistled against Oxford here. So
Oxford,
no bonus situation.
Oxford the 2-point lead. 6 seconds left. Stone to inbound. And picked off by Tramiria Britt. She's going to drive in. Puts up a shot as time expires. And the Oxford Yellow Jackets will go to the locker room with a 25-23 lead over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. And Gerhard Mathagani down on the floor. He's trying to catch up with Coach Buzan of the Golden Eagles. Down by 2 at the half. They really fought back there in that second quarter to get themselves in this situation.
They were down by 6 and cut it down to 2 by the halftime.
And let's go down to Gerhard Mathagani.
Hey, we're here with Jacksonville head coach Trace Buzan. First off, coach, really competitive first half. Talk about some of the things you saw here.
It was really competitive, but both sides are playing really hard. Good defense on both ends. We're giving them too much easy stuff, and that's kind of what's got them tight with us right now. They're up by 2. Just got to clean up the little stuff.
What's your message here in the second half? Is it a lot more of the cleaning up? Something that you want to execute specifically?
No, not anything specifically. Just play cleaner, play better defense. I mean, our defense is what we do, and giving up 25 like that's not acceptable to us.
Thanks for your time. Please come back with your team.
And Oxford leads it 25-23 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles here on the girls' side. We take it to halftime as you see Michaela Kidd doing work for Oxford. We'll be back with more Calhoun County basketball tournament.
The The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
Don't just dream it. Call Family Savings Credit Union. Right now, get something you want for as low as 2.24% APR. You can even apply online or by phone. Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family.
Water is in a bit of trouble. Suspected of carrying harmful pollutants into community storm drains, stormwater faces a serious problem. When it rains, dirt, motor oil, excess fertilizer, and trash are washed into rivers, lakes, and streams. And a clean raindrop becomes an unwilling accomplice in the problem of water pollution. It's up to each of us to do our part. Visit cleanwatercampaign.com to learn more. Help protect our water.
Calhoun County basketball tournament from Pete Matthews Coliseum. Game 3 of 4 on this semifinal Saturday night. And we're in the girls' side. Oxford leads at 25-23 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. John Holder, Chase Robinson with you. And it's time for another F&M Bank three-point shootout, John.
Yeah, we're back to boys this time. This will be the last chance to send a boy to the championship game with a shootout on Monday night. And shooting during this three-point shootout with F&M Bank will be Kwame Milton of Anniston, London Knight from the Weaver Bearcats, DeAndre McCain from the Jacksonville Golden Eagles, Ohatchee's Ben Glass, Sacred Heart's Kendarius Harris, also Caden Turner of the Pleasant Valley Raiders, and Matthew Clay representing the White Plains Wildcats. Those will be our 6 shooters during this F&M Bank three-point shooting contest. And I think we are underway. Again, we'll explain a little bit of what's going on. The winning school with this will get $10,000. That's a combination of scholarship money and some money to the participants, we understand. All of these 6 participants will have a chance. I think they each have a minute to shoot as many three-point shots as they can. So the ones that are rebounding, they'll get their chance to shoot as well during this halftime of the girls' game.
And you see Ben Glass from Ohatchee shooting on one you see on camera right now. And all 3 will have a chance to shoot here. And F&M Bank, we talked about this last time, does a great job supporting high school sports in our area. We had the football toss you did during the football season, and now here the three-point shootout.
A lot of fun with our scholarship spirit toss at local stadiums with our final throw-off that we had down at the TV24 studios in Oxford during Pigskin Roundup. And there's the horns. I think we're about to switch shooters here and go to shooter number 2 on each end. They do give these players from the county schools a chance to do a little bit of a few minutes of warm-up.
Matthew Clay from White Plains on camera right now here in the three-point competition.
And again, the winner will go on to Monday night. I guess that will be during the girls' game Monday with the guys, where the winner will take on Simeon Shaddricks of Oxford. Simeon Shaddricks won the first round of boys during our first girls' game today. So the winner will advance in a shootout with Simeon Shaddricks coming up on Monday night. And of course, we'll have another round of girls coming up during halftime of the boys' game tonight at 8:30. And that girls winner is going to be later on tonight will be taking on Alicia Dudley of Anniston on Monday night for the girls championship.
Miss Dudley's had a good night. Great night in the game, then turned around and won the three-point shootout.
She was our America's First Federal Credit Union Player of the Game in Anniston's big win earlier against Piedmont in the county semifinals, and then she knocked down 13 three-pointers in 1 minute. Think about that, folks. That's really nothing compared to Simeon Chadwick. So he knocked down 16 in a minute. He must have been unconscious earlier. Knocking those out. We've got our third shooter now on each end.
And we'll see the Oxford Yellow Jackets and Simeon Chadwicks coming up next. After this half of play, we'll have the boys between Oxford and Sachs.
You know, Coach Joel Van Meter is hoping that Simeon Chadwicks keeps that hot hand.
Yes.
He had to love seeing those 16 threes going up, going, my goodness, just keep that going tonight, Sidney. There's the horn. That actually is not the horn for the shootout. That is the horn for the 3-minute warning for the players to come out of the dressing room for the two teams.
Mr. Milton shooting there for the Anniston Bulldogs, and for on the other end for Pleasant Valley, that's Caden Turner.
That representatives from F&M Bank that are on the floor. They're doing the time. There's the horn. And so hopefully we will have you a winner here in just a moment as they tabulate the results from both ends. Gerhard Mathangani, I believe, is going to try to talk with Chastity Goodwin of F&M Bank here in just a moment.
The Oxford Yellow Jackets coming out onto the court. And now Jacksonville making their way out of the court as well to get some shots up before we crank up half number 2. The winner moves on to play Anniston Monday night, 6 o'clock tip-off for the championship for Calhoun County. And of course, we'll have those for you right here live on TV 24. And let's go down to Gerhard Mathangani.
We're back with Chris Latta with F&M Bank, and Chris, we talked to the halftime of the girls' game a little while ago, or the boys' game a little while ago with the girls shooting. And now it's the opposite genders here. First off, talk about just the commitment F&M Bank is making with this halftime shootout.
We're just doing the halftime shootout three-point contest for boy and girl student from every high school chance, and the winner three-point contest will go on to shoot half-court shot on Monday night for a chance at $10,000.
Absolutely. We'll tally them up. We'll get those winners back to you. Chris, thank you for joining us the last game and this game, and I'm sure we'll see you again Monday night.
Sounds good.
All right, that is Chris Latta with F&M. Farmers and Merchants Bank do a great job of supporting local high schools. Now a $10,000 grand prize is on the line for one of the participants who will come out of tonight's semifinal matchups. Guys.
And thank you, Gerhard, as we are nearing half number 2. The Oxford Yellow Jackets lead at 25-23. John Holder, Chase Robinson courtside here with you. What are you looking for in half number 2, John?
Well, I think Coach Buzon talked about his team playing a little bit cleaner here in this half. It's been a very competitive game. Obviously, a 2-point game here at the half, 25-23. Neither team has really been able to take control of this first half. Been a lot of mistakes. I think the big thing that has been the aggressiveness of Oxford on defense. That has been very impressive to me here in the first half, generating a lot of turnovers, leading to some points. And, of course, you have to look at Justice Smith on the inside, leading scorer for both teams, 9 points in the game. She has been dominant inside, as we mentioned. Oxford has a decided advantage size-wise inside, and they've used that to their leverage here in the first half. We'll see what they can do here in half number 2 as we get underway in the third quarter.
Oxford has the ball. Anna Bolton to inbound, and a 5-second violation. Turnover for Oxford for the Yellow Jackets there, as Jacksonville has the ball.
That is a tough way to start the second half for Oxford with a 5-second call on the second half inbounds.
Broom jump shot up, no good. And Bolton gets the rebound for Oxford, brings it up the floor. Over to Michaela Kidd. Kidd drives in, goes up, nothing. Jackson with a rebound. Back out to Bolton. 3 on the way, no good. And Hutchinson gets the rebound, pitches ahead to Williams. She takes off for Jacksonville.
Gonna be a foul. Wow.
Williams count a bucket. Bolton will draw the foul.
Kyra Williams trying to get her untracked, and she did a great job of penetrating, drawing the contact, putting the ball up and in, an old-fashioned three-point play. And this second half is starting off exactly the way Jacksonville wants. They get a turnover on a 5-second call, then they convert another opportunity into a potential three-point play, and they have a chance to take the first lead of the game.
Williams at the line. Chance to break the tie, and she does. Williams with a three-point play takes a 1-point lead.
Williams with 8 points in the game now for Jacksonville.
Bolton. Jumper. Good.
Anna Bolton, her first points of the game just inside the three-point arc. And Oxford back to the lead as now we're going back and forth here in the first minute of play in the third quarter.
Williams to Hutchinson. She dribbles over to Broom. Broom spots up. Three on the way. No good. Poe with the rebound. Down low to Stone. She lays it up and in.
Jacksonville coming out on fire. Stone with another inside basket, her second of the game.
Michaela Kidd drives in, and she picks up a bucket on the other end. And Oxford takes the 29-28 lead. It is back and forth.
Not her first points of the game, but her first basket of the game from Michaela Kidd. And you can see both teams playing much better in this third quarter. Both teams coming out playing some great basketball here in quarter number 3.
Hutchinson to Broom. She makes a move, but Smith rips it out of her hands. Kidd dribbles it up for Oxford.
A big steal by Smith, literally stealing the ball away.
And Williams steals it right back for Jacksonville. The pitch ahead to Hutchinson. She lays it up. No good. Bolton with a rebound.
Oh, a nice play. Just a great pass from Williams.
She gets it right back. Can't do anything with it, and there'll be a foul against Kidd.
Coach Buzon over there is his team had a chance to take the lead twice. Blown way-ups. One by Essence Hutchinson, then another one by Kyra Williams. Two wide open layups that were missed. There's the second one right there, and then you see the obvious foul coming in there as Michaela Kidd came in and knocked down Williams for the foul.
Stone to inbound. Gets it into Broom. Back to Stone. Goes up. No good. Poe. Rebound. Put back. Nothing.
4 shots right under the basket missed by Jacksonville. That is an asterisk to mark in this game.
Three-pointer from Britt. No good. Goes out. It'll be Jacksonville's ball.
Wow. Williams with a miss. Essence Hutchinson with a miss. Broom with a miss. And then Elizabeth Poe with a miss. 4 misses right under the basket by Jacksonville in that last possession.
Oxford with a 1-point lead. Williams to Hutchinson. Hutchinson drives to Broom. Broom back to Hutchinson, over to Williams. Williams drives in, goes up, it goes behind the backboard. That'll be a dead ball, and Oxford will have it.
Oxford got the rebound anyway, as Hendricks had the rebound, but it will be a stoppage in play as the ball went behind the backboard. Harmon coming back into the game now for Jacksonville. Not a lot of substitutions for, I should say, for Oxford. Not a lot of substitutions for Jacksonville, but they're going to bring Patience Carr back into the game. Saw some valuable minutes in the first half for the Lady Golden Eagles.
Kidd gets it across over to Britt. Britt drives in, down low. Shot up from Smith. No good, but she's fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2.
Nice heads-up play by Britt. Britt says, hey, if I don't have the hot hand tonight like I did last night when I scored 19, I can help somebody else out. That was almost a great assist. And again, we got Smith at the line shooting 2.
And the first one is good. That is her 10th point of the day.
First player for either team to reach double figures. And she has been a force. Inside with steals, with rebounding, and with her defense and her points.
30-28 after the missed free throw there. Broom brings it up. Hands off to Williams. Williams takes it back in the middle to Carr. Carr to Broom. Back to Carr. They'll work it around. Williams across to Carr as she's driving in, but a foul whistled. And that will be against Justice Smith, her second.
It seems like the confidence level, the energy level of Jacksonville was totally different in this half of the first half. It seemed like in the first half things just not clicking. Things just kind of not in the flow of the thing. But Jacksonville looks like, even though they're still down by 2, it does look a different Jacksonville team here in the second half.
Shot up and no good from Williams, and Britt takes off the other way for Oxford, and there will be a jump ball call. That'll be Jacksonville's.
Good job by Britt to break through the pressure and get into the open floor. But a good job by Jackson. Watch this on the other end. Nice reach in. Look at that great defense by Jacksonville's Brenna Stone. Put their hand on the ball, didn't foul, and able to get a jump ball situation. The possession arrow in favor of Jacksonville. So that's basically a turnover. Great job by Brenna Stone of Jacksonville.
Carr to Hutchinson. She's going to drive back to Carr. Carr drives in, goes up, runs into Oxford. Smith. There's a jump ball. That'll be Oxford's. Carr and Smith hit the floor hard.
Look at the great sportsmanship. Super sportsmanship. Just watch. This is a hard foul. Sometimes when you see a situation like this where it looks like more like a wrestling match and there's a lot of pain. But the 2 players got up and shook hands and embraced each other. Good sportsmanship.
Jacksonville gets it back. Hutchinson to Carr. Carr drives in. Foul call. That'll be a blocking foul on Hendricks.
Hendricks was moving. A good call again by the officials. They just have not missed much here tonight. Hendricks that time was backing up, and that's going to be a block every time. So again, off the bench, Patience Carr for Jacksonville at the line to shoot 2.
Carr will be at the free throw line when we come back. Oxford with a 2-point 30-28 lead over Jacksonville. We'll be back with more of the third quarter next. Calhoun County Basketball Tournament Semifinals on TV 24.
I got back my smack talk touchdown hole-in-one 3-point home run, hat trick pavement pounding record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Here, 3:51 left here in the third quarter, and Oxford leads it 30-28 over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. Patience Carr at the free throw line. And the first free throw is no good.
Broom will come in if she makes this free throw for Carr.
Off the mark. And Oxford has it. Kidd brings it up. She's at the top. She drives in, loses it. And it's going to stay with Oxford. Broom will check in now for Carr. Robinson to inbound for the Lady Jackets. Gets it into Smith. Back to Kidd. 3 on the way. No good. And jump ball will be called, and it will be in Jacksonville's favor.
3 alternating possessions in a row. Jacksonville, for the second 3 times, has the basketball, so that's basically a turnover.
Broom will dribble it up now for Jacksonville. Over to Hutchinson. To Broom. Back to Hutchinson.
Oxford back in that zone defense, really just daring Jacksonville to shoot the three. Essence Hutchinson's been the only one that's really tried one from out there, and she's about 1 of 5 for the night. So
Stone shot no good. And there's a jacket defender on Kyra Williams the whole time on offense. That's why she's been held to 8 points tonight. Bolton goes baseline, foul whistled against Jacksonville. That will be against Broom.
Obviously right now I think defensively Oxford does not believe that Jacksonville can beat them by shooting the outside shot.
Kid shot no good. Kyra Williams gets it for Jacksonville. She dribbles, gets it across half court to Broom. Over to Williams. Williams drives in, goes up, foul called. She will go to the line for 2.
Good penetration by Kyla Williams. Kyra's got to basically start hitting some free throws now. She's going to have, I think, a lot of opportunities on the penetration to draw some fouls. Got to make them count at the free throw line.
And the first one falls.
She has 9 points of the game. If she can roll this one, then she would be the first double-figure scorer for the Lady Golden Eagles.
Second one off the front of the iron. Kidd in the backcourt for Oxford. Williams all over. Screen set by Jackson gives Kidd the lane. She goes up. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line for 2.
Through it all, even with all of the renewed energy by Jacksonville, playing better basketball coming out of the half, you have to give your credit to Oxford as well. They have maintained that lead. As the first free throw is up and no good from Michaela Kidd.
And you see Coach Bennett talked about her intensity. That's really gotten Oxford's intensity up here in this game. Second free throw good from Kidd. 31-29 Oxford lead.
Oxford back to that 2-point lead. It's been about a 2-point game for most of this first 3 quarters.
Kidd goes for the steal, but Williams keeps it, but Justice gets the pick that time.
Double dribble.
There'll be a double dribble, and Justice Smith will give Jacksonville the ball back. Not a good Oxford turnover, because Jacksonville's going to have the ball right in front of their own bench on their end of the floor. Stone gets it into Hutchinson. Williams to Hutchinson. Ball loose, and Hutchinson keeps it, gets it to Williams. Williams drives in, goes up, she's fouled. And we'll see Kyra Williams at the free throw line.
And again, as we said earlier just a couple of moments ago, Kyra Williams, because of her penetrating ability, is going to have a lot of opportunities, Chase, to create fouls and go to the free throw line. Big key is going to be making those free throws. She's 1 of 2 the last time.
First one good.
She is now in double figures with 10 in the game. First double figure score for the Lady Golden Eagles.
Kaylin Hendricks checks into the game for Oxford. One more free throw for Williams. Second, good. Tied it up at 31. Minute 30 left in the third quarter. Williams all over Kidd. Kidd gets it to Smith. She goes up. Foul called. Smith to the line for 2.
Smith has just been dominant. To be honest with you, Jacksonville just really does not have anybody physically that can match up with her on the inside. And there's a good example that time. Once she posted up, it was trouble for Jacksonville. They could do nothing with foul. She's at the line again.
Kyra Williams picks up her 3rd foul. Smith's first free throw no good.
Smith with 10 in the game, the only double-figure scorer for Oxford. And trying to make that 11th point here with more and more free throw to come.
Second free throw. No good from Justice Smith. Stays tied 31. As Lindsay will check in for Oxford. And Jacksonville has the basketball.
We'll take Smith out probably for this last 120 to try to get her some rest for what promises to be a down-to-the-wire fourth quarter.
Hutchinson to Carr. To Williams. She goes baseline, kicks it into Carr. Carr loses it, and it'll be Oxford's ball.
Was not knocked away. They'll say she just lost control of the basketball and threw it out of bounds. Anna Bolton coming back in now for Oxford. And that was a costly turnover for Jacksonville. They had a chance to take the lead there, Chase.
Lindsay to inbound. Gets it into Britt. Under a minute to go in the third. Britt gets it across. She drives in. Gets it to Lindsay. Shot up no good. Rebounded by Maddie Hall and the Golden Eagles. Williams to Hutchinson. 30 seconds left. Hutchinson to Carr. Carr drives. Goes up. Nothing. Bolton gets the rebound. Takes off the other way for Oxford. To Kidd. 20 seconds. Kidd drives, goes up, 2 points.
Uncontested, nice job by Bolton to find Kidd, and then Kidd did the rest, driving in for an easy layup. Oxford back to that 2-point lead that they've maintained for most of this first three quarters.
3 seconds left. Carr fires up the three, and it's no good. Oxford leads it 33-31. Over the Jacksonville Golden Eagles at the end of 3. We are going to have an exciting fourth quarter coming up next between Oxford and Jacksonville in this girls semifinal matchup here from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament.
The Calhoun County Commission, made up of J.D. Hess, Tim Hodges, Fred Wilson, Don Hudson, and Lee Patterson, ask you to take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. With our beautiful parks, neighborhoods, recreational facilities, historic sites, and museums, our citizens enjoy a high quality of life and strongly supports the arts. If you're considering expanding or starting a new business, take a look at what Calhoun County has to offer. You'll be glad you did.
I'll just be a minute.
What you just did with that clutch was so clutch. Just like when you ditched your old credit card and got the America's First credit card with a low interest rate and cash back on purchases.
Back here at Pete Matthews Coliseum as we enter the fourth quarter. It's going to be a good one between Oxford and Jacksonville. Coach Melissa Bennett and company with a 2-point lead, 33-31, and it'll be Oxford's ball as we begin the fourth quarter. John Holder, Chase Robinson courtside here with you.
It's been close all the way. Oxford led at 13-7 at the end of the first, 25-23 at halftime, and 33-31 now as we begin quarter number 4.
Britt drives in, goes up, shot no good. Stone gets the rebound for Jacksonville. Oxford gets it back. Jackson, no good, gets a rebound, put back, no good. Poe brings it down this time for Jacksonville. To Broom. Britt's all over. Ball's going to go out, and they'll say it stays for Jacksonville.
It's tough on Jackson when you battle as hard as she did and don't get the payoff, as she had 2 key rebounds inside, but no points. Jacksonville with a chance to tie it again. Just seems like one of those games where Jacksonville just can't seem to get the lead. They've not led in this game at all.
Broom to Hutchinson. to Williams. Williams drives, finds a hole. An offensive foul's called. They'll give the ball back to Oxford.
I wonder if they called a push off on Elizabeth Poe inside. Let's see.
Yeah, they'll get Poe there on the push off.
Really away from the basketball that time. Poe will come out of the game now. And now we'll see full court pressure defense by Jacksonville. And they get the turnover.
It works out well for the Eagles, but Justice Smith picks off the pass. Inside to Robinson and back towards Jacksonville.
Smith with a little too hard of a pass in that situation. Player wasn't ready for it and turned it back over.
And there's a shot up and good from Maddie Hall. Her first points of the game come at a good time as Jacksonville ties it up at 33.
Nice job by Hall of running the floor that time, being wide open under the basket and putting it up and in. Jacksonville's had a tough time making those close baskets, but they made that one.
On the other hand, Michaela Kidd picking up 2. And Oxford will take the lead back at 35.
Oxford just refuses to relinquish the lead. They've been tied many times, but they have not allowed Jacksonville to go ahead on the scoreboard.
Williams goes up, nothing. Hall's rebound and putback, no good. Second one, still no good. And Smith with a rebound.
Oh, great defense by Ashley Jackson inside for Oxford that time. As she had a block, she had another near block in that possession that time. Just a great job defensively by Ashley Jackson, but it goes for naught. It's going to be right back over to Jacksonville. Another turnover. It seems like every time Oxford has a good defensive stand, they turn it right back over to the Lady Golden Eagles.
6:21 left. Stone into Hutchinson. Across to Broom. Down low. Shot up. No good from Hall. She's been aggressive this fourth quarter.
Another easy missed shot inside by Jacksonville. They have missed so many from within just a couple of feet of the basket. That's about the 5th easy shot they've missed inside.
Down low to Smith. It's going to go out. Back towards Jacksonville. Both teams really not getting control, getting their feet under them here in the fourth quarter.
Well, what's happening here in these last few possessions is Jacksonville can't make a shot, and Oxford has got turnoveritis right now.
Hutchinson to Broom. And Williams trapped in the corner. Jump ball called. It'll stay with Jacksonville.
Nice double team by Oxford. We've been talking about the Oxford defense all night long, and another great trap that time on Jacksonville's best player on Williams, and we got a full timeout being called by Jacksonville.
It's a 60-second timeout.
Coach Trace Bouzon wanting the timeout, talk it over with his team. Down by 2, 35-33 with 5:37 left.
After the break, Elizabeth Poe will check back into the game for Jacksonville. She just checked in at the scores desk, so she'll be back into the game. Giving a little size inside. That's the big thing right now. Smith dominating on the inside size-wise. Poe is really physically the only player that can really kind of match up with her on the inside. So Coach Bouzon getting her back into the game here for this last 5:37.
We got a good boys game coming up after this one. Mickey Shaddricks and Gerhard Mathagani will be back along to bring you the Oxford Sacs boys game. Now have a winner will move on to play Sacred Heart Monday night. Winner of this one moves on to play Anniston, the #1 seed. Coming up on Monday night here. Girls will tip off at 6 and the boys will be at 8 o'clock. Coming up on Monday night. Things getting pushed back because of the snow this week, so we're playing the semifinals tonight. What would have been last night in the championship tonight, it's semifinals tonight, championship Monday.
These are two very evenly matched teams here. 2 versus 3 in the county seedings, and I think the coaches had it right. It's about as even as you can get. This has been pretty much a 2-point game all the way.
Broom to Hutchinson. Back to Broom. And she's going to travel.
Hutchinson just picked up that last foot as she let the ball go. Another good call by the officials. And we're seeing a little change after that timeout. Oxford had been back into a zone defense, daring them to shoot the three. This time extending the defense out and putting some pressure on those Jacksonville guards that time.
Kidd. Up top for Oxford. Williams all over. Williams goes for a steal, but they'll whistle a foul instead. That'll be her 4th foul.
And that's got to be a tough situation for Coach Buzon over there for Jacksonville. Your best player, she's a guard, 4 fouls now with 5:09 to play. Can she go 5:09 in this very physical game without committing one more foul?
Britt. And there will be a foul called. Justice Smith tripped and hit the floor. And they'll whistle a foul.
Smith got up smiling after that.
Stone will get that foul.
Jacksonville with a lot of foul trouble here. No foul trouble for Oxford whatsoever, but Kyra Williams, as we mentioned, has 4 fouls. Also in the game, Kayla Broom with 3. Also Elizabeth Poe has 4. And also Brenna Stone has 3. So a lot of foul trouble right now for the Jacksonville Golden Eagles. No one on the floor right now for Oxford has over 2 personal fouls.
One more free throw for Smith. It's no good. It'll stay 36-33. 5 minutes left. Hutchinson gets it across to Stone. To Broom. Back to Hutchinson.
And that is going to be another foul away for the basketball. They're going to get a push away for the ball on Kyra Williams, and that'll be number 5. Leading scorer for Jackson will be out of the game for the last 4:49.
Coach Trace Buzon wanted an explanation on that one.
That is a huge, huge loss for Jacksonville. We will remind you, she had 32 points last night for Jacksonville in their big quarterfinal win against Pleasant Valley.
They put the ball in a little too early. The official was still discussing things with the table. And he will give a bench warning on Coach Buzon, and they'll bring in a substitute here on. That'll be 5 fouls on Williams, so Patience Carr will have to come into the game. And a timeout called by Oxford. It's going to be a full one. Oxford with a 36-33 lead here over Jacksonville. 4:49 left, and Coach Bennett's going to talk things over with her Lady Yellow Jackets.
Rare to see, but 2 fouls away from the basketball on Kyra Williams. And now she is out of the game. As we mentioned, 32 points last night in that quarterfinal win for Jacksonville last night against Pleasant Valley, a game they won 52-34. She had 32 of their 52 points last night. Tonight, Williams in double figures with 12 points in the game. But she is gone for the final 4:49 of this basketball game. So now you got to look, who do you get your offense from now? It looks like maybe Kayla Broom, Chase. That's maybe where you go, looking for some offense here. She has 7 points in the game. She's the next leading scorer for Jacksonville. No one at all in foul trouble for Oxford. And keep in mind, Elizabeth Poe, who really provides Chase their only size inside, matching up with Justice Smith inside. She has 4 fouls, so she can't be real aggressive inside either.
Oxford has it out of the timeout. Kidd gets it across. Hands off to Robinson. Robinson to Britt. And she hands it to Kidd. Kidd drives, nothing. Ball will go out. It'll be Jacksonville's ball. 4:30 left.
Jacksonville's desperately trying to find some offense here. And your leading scorer is out of the game.
Carr is going to travel.
Good call by the officials. He just carried the basketball, brought it right up to about shoulder level. They'll call that every time. So Patience Carr with an uncontested turnovers. Anna Bolton back in the game now for Oxford.
Bolton will inbound with 4:21 left. Gets it into Kidd. Justice Smith ends up with it, lays it up, but no good. Ball goes out, and it'll be Jacksonville.
Last touch by Oxford.
.4:15 left. TV 24's live coverage of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament is brought to you by the Calhoun County Commission. We've had we're in our third good game of the night. We'll have one more. Hutchinson fires up the three, no good. Rebound and the putback from Broom is good. And we got a 1-point game.
We said Caleb Broom was the likely way they would go for their offense, and Broom answers now to bring Jacksonville back within one.
Shot up and good from Michaela Kidd. She's had a good evening tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Gives the 3-point lead. And Britt brings it up now for the Jackets. Ball goes out. It'll stay with Oxford. And Oxford will have it when we come back. The Oxford Yellow Jackets up 38-35 over Jacksonville. Stay with us. It's going to be a fun final 3 minutes here from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament Semifinals live on TV 24.
I got back my smack talk touchdown hole-in-one 3-point home run, hat trick pavement pounding record-setting goal across the finish line. Because Core didn't give up, I didn't give up, and I certainly didn't give in. I'm gonna get back to doing what I love. I'm gonna get back to winning.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
3:26 left in this one. Oxford leads it by 3, 38-35. John Holder, Chase Robinson with you here in this girls semifinal. Winner meets Anniston Monday night. Robinson into Justice Smith. No good. Robinson with a rebound. Stolen away by Carr. Jacksonville Golden Eagles take off the other way. It's going to stay with Jacksonville.
By the way, going back to our F&M Bank 3-point shootout at the half, the winner of that was James Haynes, a substitution for Kwame Milton. He hit 15, still not as good as Simeon Shadrick, so Shadrick will move on to Monday night and have a chance to hit a half-court shot for $10,000 for his school in scholarship money.
Poe into Broom. Shot up, no good. Jackson with a rebound, and a foul that time will be whistled against Jacksonville, against Patience Carr, her first.
I like Ashley Jackson of Oxford. She comes off the bench, and she is aggressive. She rebounds. She plays great defense. You don't see her showing up a lot on the stats. She's got 6 points in the game, but she has made a lot of timely plays, especially defensively and rebounding for the Oxford Lady Yellow Jackets. She'll be at the line shooting some free throws now for Oxford. She has been a key player in this game for the Yellow Jackets.
Misses the free throw. And Broom bringing it up floor for Jacksonville, down by 3. She pulls back out to Carr. In the corner to Hutchinson. To Broom. Broom to Carr. 3 on the way. No good. And rebounded there by Michaela Kidd.
Again, Oxford extending the defense. They know with Williams out of the game, they're going to put pressure on the guards. They did it that time. Forced kind of an unwise shot, and they have the basketball.
Kidd drives, no good. Jackson rebound. And there's a foul against Broom.
There's my Miss Jackson again, getting a key rebound and then drawing a key foul and at the line to shoot more free throws.
So they're going to get Maddie Hall with that foul, actually. That'll be her second.
Again, Elizabeth Poe in the game, but has to be very careful for fouls.
First good for Jackson.
First points of the second half for Ashley Jackson. And that is big because what that does for the first time in a long time since the first quarter is that gives Oxford a 2-basket lead. And that's the first time that's happened since the late first quarter.
Second falls for Jackson. 40-35. Oxford lead. Broom to Carr. Carr to the corner to Hutchinson. 3 on the way. No good. Stone with a rebound inside, but Smith intercepts.
Stone trying to be unselfish. Maybe should have went up for the shot. Tried to make an interior pass. And who was there? None other than Justice Smith with the steal.
And a 10-second violation will be whistled against Oxford. No one even in the backcourt.
Well, Oxford tonight has been 2 steps forward and 1 step back. For every great play that they make and you think they're going to blow this thing open, then they take another. We're going to have a timeout, it looks like, called by Jackson. They take another step backward, just like that time with an uncontested 10-second call.
2:09 left and a 5-point lead for Oxford. And Coach Bouzon wants to talk things over with his ladies. Try to give them some motivation to finish this game with 2 minutes left. You're only down by 5.
That 5 points is really, it seems like 5 points would not be anything in this day and age, but this 5 points has been almost insurmountable in this game. This is the most they have trailed by since the first quarter when they were down by 6 at the end of that quarter. For most of this game, it's been a 2-point game. Oxford has had a 2-point lead for most of this game up until just the last couple of moments here when they have been able to extend that back out to 5.
TV24's live coverage of Calhoun County Tournament is brought to you by RMC Orthopedic and Joint Center. 5-point lead for Oxford. Jacksonville with the basketball. Hutchinson in the corner. 3, good.
Hutchinson's been looking for it all night long. She found 1 in the first half and now a big one in the second half. And with 2 minutes exactly, Jacksonville's cut it back down to what else, Chase? A 2-point game where we've been most of the night.
Taking a look at that replay. Hutchinson caught it, put it up. And nothing but net on that one from the corner.
2 of 7 from 3-point land tonight. 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half. And that was a huge one. Jacksonville needed a big basket. They needed really a 3 to draw it back within a basket. And they got that from Essence Hutchinson. Oxford's cheerleaders, you see them there. They will remain in place because a big boys game coming up. Sachs with a little bit of an upset as they beat Alexandria to get here. And now Sachs will be taking on Oxford in our boys semifinal. The winner to take on Sacred Heart. Sachs beating Alexandria by 3. Oxford a winner over Piedmont by 36. So Oxford and Sachs in the boys semifinals coming up next.
TV24's live coverage of the 2018 Calhoun County Tournament brought to you by America's First Federal Credit Union and the Calhoun County Commission. We'll be back with you Monday nights for the championships, of course. 6 o'clock is when the girls will tip off. Boys will be at 8 o'clock. Got this one to finish out, though, a fun 2 minutes ahead. Oxford the 2-point lead and the basketball. And Britt will bring it up for Oxford.
Big possession here really for both teams. Big offensive possession for Oxford, big defensive possession for Jacksonville.
In the corner was Kidd, and she had her heel on the out-of-bounds line, and that will give Jacksonville the ball back.
Well, these Metro Birmingham officials are right on top of everything. They don't miss anything. She stepped on the line and turnover, and Jacksonville has a chance to tie it up or maybe take the lead right here in this possession.
Carr to Broom. Hutchinson wants that corner again. Oxford's not letting her. Carr drives, goes up, good. Jacksonville ties it up at 40. Kidd the other way for Oxford. Offensive foul whistle against Michaela Kidd. And Jacksonville will have the ball back. Things are starting to go in favor of the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Kidd basically that time got up, pounded the floor. The official was looking at her hard. She needs to be very careful here. Good call. Good call by the officials as Brenna Stone was standing as a statue right there. And that is a classic charge. What about this Jacksonville with their leading scorer on the bench for the last basically 5 minutes or so of this game, able to claw back into this thing from being 5 points down, Chase Robinson, to tie it up at 40-40. They've never led in this game. Of course, Alabama never led either.
That's right.
See what happened there. So we'll see.
Minute 19 left here. Tied up at 40. Coach Buzan keeping them motivated over there. They are in this game.
What an exciting girls semifinal game this is. The 2 and 3 seeds in this tournament, Jacksonville and Oxford. It'll be a shame for either one of these teams to lose this game, because I tell you, both of these teams have laid it on the line. Taking a look at the foul situations, we kind of reset things for you. 7 fouls against Oxford, 10 against Jacksonville. So Oxford will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Jacksonville just in the bonus. 1:19 to go. Timeout situation. 2 for Oxford, 2 for Jacksonville. Possession arrow is in favor of Oxford. That's important as well. And the foul situation, Poe still in the game with 4 personal fouls for Jacksonville.
Carr to Broom. Broom drives down low to Poe. Back to Broom. She's going to hold it out. Under a minute to go. Carr drives back to Broom. Back to Carr. Hutchinson in the corner. Wide open 3 short. Ball goes out. It's going to stay with Jacksonville. They'll say it went off of Oxford. Oxford saying it hit the side of the backboard, but it can do that.
Hit the side of the backboard. When it came back down, it touched an Oxford player and went out of bounds, and now a timeout going to be called by Jacksonville.
Tied up at 40. 47.5 seconds left.
Here's the shot from the corner, hit the back, and then was touched by a Jacksonville player. And the Jacksonville, I should say by the Oxford player, that was Michaela Kidd, but she was standing out of bounds when she touched the basketball.
So it'll be Jacksonville's ball. They'll have it underneath their own basket. As you take a look at the Jacksonville cheering section, and they have got a lot to cheer about.
What an incredible girls semifinal game.
Stone will be inbounding for Jacksonville.
Right now, this is looking like the game of the tournament so far. It has been close all the way.
Stone to inbound for Jacksonville. 47 seconds left. Into Carr. She goes up. Foul called. Patience Carr will be going to the free throw line for 2.
So if they'll call that call on Justice Smith, that'll be her 3rd personal foul. Inbounds to Carr. Hacked on the arm as she went by Smith. Huge free throws coming for Patience Carr.
No good is the first one. She'll have one more. Anna Bolton will check back into the game for Robinson and the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Did not really come close on that free throw. Carr takes a deep breath and steps to the line. Probably the biggest free throw she's attempted in her life, coming right here.
And it's no good. Lane violation. One more for Carr.
Lane violation on Oxford. I think they may have got Ashley Jackson for that.
So Carr with one more opportunity. Another
Carr taking those deep breaths.
Yes. And it's no good again. Oxford has it. 42 seconds left. Britt drives, foul. They'll call it against Poe.
And Poe will be fouled out of the game. That is the 5th personal foul on Elizabeth Poe. Watch the replay here. As she drove by, they call a blocking foul on Elizabeth Poe, and you see Poe upset on the Jacksonville sidelines as she fouls out for the final 39.4.
At the free throw line is Britt. Free throw good. Tramiria Britt with one more. Oxford with a 1-point lead. Second good.
Britt had 19 last night, only 4 tonight, and all of those have been free throws.
Hutchinson with 35 seconds left. The ball in the hands of Carr. Inside the Hall. She turns around. Shot up. No good. Smith with the rebound. Smith to Robinson. 23 seconds left. To Kidd. And there's a foul. And I believe that'll be 5. Yeah, that'll be it for Kayla Broom. She'll go have a seat for the day.
3 Jacksonville players fouling out of the game. Kyra Williams, the leading scorer, gone. Elizabeth Poe gone.
That'll
Actually,
just be 4.
4.
Jacksonville fighting hard to get back in this one. They're 3 points shy right now as Kidd knocks down her first. Second, no good. 3-point lead for Oxford. Broom has it. Foul called.
I think they're actually going to call a timeout.
Timeout.
I think Jacksonville called a timeout once they got across half court. And basically with 11.9 to go, Coach Boo's on here. You're down by 3. You have to draw up a 3 right here. So we'll see what he comes out of the break here with. He's got his guy's whiteboard over there, and he's drawing up a play to try to get off a 3-point shot here at the buzzer.
11 seconds left. Winner moves on to Monday night to take on the Anniston Lady Bulldogs.
This has been an exciting last couple of minutes of this game. Lots of folks on their feet here at the Coliseum. A lot of excitement, a lot of screaming and yelling. See the Jacksonville student section here on the east end. There's the Oxford student section as well.
.11 seconds left. There you see Coach Buzon drawing up the play in the break. Stone to inbound for Jacksonville. Hutchinson takes it in the backcourt. 10 seconds left to Broom. 7. Hutchinson in the corner. 3 on the way. No good. She gets it back. Goes up. Foul called with 0.1 seconds left. She'll only have 2 shots and 0.1 left. Wow.
Everybody in this arena kind of held their breath as Essence Hutchinson launched that 3, and it looked good coming out of her hands, but hit off the side of the iron, no good. Basically, whatever happens on these free throws doesn't really matter because you've got to have a steal immediately and throw it up. That's the only chance you have.
The only opportunity would be a tip back in the bucket. One more for Hutchinson. And it is good, and Oxford wins it. 43-41. The Oxford Yellow Jackets will move on to take on Anniston. Coming up Monday night at 6 o'clock. Hey, tip your hat to Jacksonville, though. They fought their way back in this one, didn't give up. And Oxford just too strong.
Really, I think one of the big things, obviously the foul trouble, is you had 2 players that fouled out, both Elizabeth Poe and Kyra Williams, the leading scorer for Jacksonville, fouling out of the game. That was huge, huge down the stretch, especially that last foul that was called against Elizabeth Poe. to knock the size out of the game. But we are going to go now. Gerhard Mathangani going to be standing by with some guest player of the game and coach.
And let's go down to Gerhard Mathangani.
All right, we're here with our player of the game, America's first player of the game, Justice Smith, 11 points today. This was a tight game all the way through. I think for the most part, it was a one-possession game. Talk about the poise and everything that you had to go through in the middle of the game and then there towards the end when you made the plays to win it.
Well, in the middle of the beginning of the game, you know, we had to tighten up and get our speed right and, you know, keep up with ourselves and slow down. Middle of the game, you know, we kind of let up after halftime because, you know, that's usually our weak quarter. And then after that, you know, when you got a good team like Jacksonville, because they're really good, and they play with us, you got to play with them back. So you can't push, you can't let off their neck.
Rebounding and defense were a key part of your game. Talk about just the way that you played today and some of the efforts that your team brought.
Really, my motivation is my team. So, you know, if I don't do my job, a lot of stuff don't get done. And so as long as I'm rebounding and do what I got to do, I know my team will commit and do what they have to do for us to win the game.
You're in the championship game. You got a chance to win that county championship trophy. Talk about your early thoughts from Monday night.
Early prep, most definitely praying. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to my team because I know they won't let me down. And then rebounding and playing as a team, we already have that under control. As far as playing as a team, we have that on lockdown. So it should be a great competitive win.
11 points. You are America's first player of the game. It's a $25 gift card for you. Congratulations. We'll see you Monday night. All right, and then we'll turn it over to Coach Melissa Bennett. First off, Coach, just the overall poise of just your team, considering the fact for most of the game was a one-possession game.
Yes, sir. We knew defense, you know, it was never more than about a 5-point spread, so we knew that taking care of it and then rebounding. We've been really preaching rebound. A lot of times our defense is great, and then we give up an offensive rebound, and that's how they score. And that kind of kept them in it. But I'm super proud of my seniors. They're late. We had 3 turnovers back to back to back that really allowed them. They had all the momentum. They had all the mojo. And, you know, we dug deep. We found a way. We practiced situations, and I said, hey, this is what we do. Calm down. We got this.
I saw a big emotional outburst there at the end. Talk about what this win meant for you guys to be able to go ahead and punch that ticket to the final.
Well, I mean, it's huge. You know, Oxford versus Anniston is it's a rivalry. But I'm so proud for my girls. They haven't had that huge celebration, that real tight game that we've come through and clinched, you know, especially a big a stage as this. So, I mean, I have 5 seniors. For them to have that feeling, they'll remember that for the rest of their life. And that's why I'm just so happy for them.
Congratulations. We'll see you Monday night. All right. All right, it's Coach Bennett and our player of the game, Justice Smith, guys.
And thank you, Gerhard. Good win for the Oxford Yellow Jackets. They punched their ticket to the championship coming up on Monday night. They will play at 6 o'clock against the Anniston Lady Bulldogs. Tough fight by Jacksonville. They got themselves back in it. Oxford just too strong, and they win that one. The Oxford boys are up next. They'll take on the Sachs Wildcats. It's going to be a good one. Mickey and Gerhard take over next on TV 24.